Today I'm going to teach you how to make my really awesome, homemade, from scratch, restaurant quality teriyaki sauce and this amazing stir fry to go with it. I'm glad you're here. Welcome to Food Crazed. First, we're going to make teriyaki sauce. In a small saucepan, add 1 cup of water. And to this, we need to add 1/4 of a cup of soy sauce. To this, we need to add 5 tablespoons of brown sugar. We're also going to be adding 1/2 of a teaspoon of ground ginger and 1/4 of a teaspoon of garlic powder and 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. Now just turn on the heat to about a medium, and we need to bring this sauce to a simmer and heat until the sauce thickens. The sauce is simmering and it is thickened up very nicely. You can tell here when I'm stirring this that it's just a beautiful teriyaki consistency. And we're going to remove this from the heat and set it to the side until we're ready to use it. We're going to get all of our vegetables ready for our stir fry. I'm starting off with 1/2 of a large onion. If you happen to have a small onion, you could just use the whole thing. And I'm going to get this prepared and chop it up into nice bite-sized chunks. Place your onion in a small to medium-sized bowl. And to the same bowl, we're going to be adding some carrots. You can use 3 regular-sized carrots for this recipe, or use about 2 cups of baby carrots that have been sliced. Take your carrot slices and place them in the same bowl with the onion and set this to the side. Now we're going to go ahead and slice up 3 whole celery stalks for this recipe. And just note, if there's any vegetables that you don't like or your family doesn't like, then you don't have to use them. You can substitute with other vegetables as well in this recipe. Go ahead and place the celery that we just sliced into a different smaller bowl. And to this, we're going to be adding all of our peppers. And we're only really using about 2 whole peppers, but because I had 1/2 of a red pepper, I went down to my garden and I had some very small little green peppers starting to grow, and I went ahead and grabbed those 2 just to round it out to about 2 peppers chopped total. And just chop these into bite-sized pieces again. Other veggie options that our family really likes, and I thought I'd mention right now, there's times where we add zucchini or yellow squash, or we put in snap peas or water chestnuts, or even we add nuts to this recipe. We add some cashews or peanuts, which are really yummy in the stir fry. So those are just some options too to go in your stir fry. Now just place all the peppers over the top of the celery into the same bowl together. This bowl is ready, and we're going to set that one off to the side as well. Now, taking 1 head of broccoli, we are going to slice off the florets and chop them down into nice bite-sized pieces. There is a link to this full recipe down in the description, plus I also list all the ingredients that were used down in the description as well. Next, we're going to mince up 2 cloves of garlic. My garlics were starting to kind of look like they're sprouting a little bit, but that's okay. You can totally use garlic that's like that. And I'm just going to go ahead and chop off those little tops that were starting. And I like to chop off the bases too of the garlic, and then just mince it up. Really, the most work for this recipe is really getting all of the vegetables prepared for the stir fry. Otherwise, they go and cook really fast when you stir fry everything together. So let's place the broccoli and the garlic together in their own separate bowl. Just set this off to the side, And now we're going to prepare 1 piece of fresh ginger. We need to remove the outside peel of the ginger and just simply do this by slicing it off like I'm simply doing here, or you can use a peeler and just peel it off as well so that we expose the fresh ginger, and that makes it easier to grate. We also need 1 pint of sliced mushrooms for this recipe. Now we've got all of our vegetables ready to go. Let's start. In a very large skillet or a wok, put in 2 tablespoons of coconut oil or extra virgin olive oil. Will work too for this. We're going to turn the skillet on to a high heat and make sure that the coconut oil, if that's what you're using, is starting to melt. Then we're going to add our bowl that had the onions and carrots, and we're going to saute this for about 3 to 5 minutes until it's just starting to soften. You can see that the onions are just starting to soften, and this is perfect. We're going to go ahead and add in our next bowl, which is our peppers and the celery, and we're going to go ahead and saute this as well for another 3 to 5 minutes until everything is starting to get warmed up and slightly cooked. Now add in our mushrooms and our other bowl with the broccoli and the garlic, and I'm going to just give this a nice little toss. We're just going to continue to stir this and heat this up for a couple of minutes as well. This is looking and smelling so amazing as well. It is making everybody really hungry in the house. Now we're going to go ahead and grate our fresh ginger right over to the top. When you get to the end of grating the ginger, sometimes there's a little bit of fibers, but I don't add that in at all to my stir fry. And go ahead and kind of scrape off anything at the back of your grater, and that just goes right into the stir fry, and toss this in so that that flavor of ginger can kind of just come around and make everything taste great. Now go ahead and add 2 cups of pre-cooked sliced chicken or beef or both. And a lot of times this is a great time to use any leftovers from a previous meal. But I'll also put a link below to my absolute favorite teriyaki chicken recipe that we do in our family that you would love to put in this. Add a dash of salt and some fresh cracked pepper right over the top. You'll know your stir fry is done when the vegetables are nice and warm and the meat is all the way heated through. This stir fry is fantastic. It is ready to go. I like to serve my stir fry over some rice. You can use white rice, brown rice, jasmine rice, or even quinoa with this stir fry. We're going to go ahead and top it now with our awesome restaurant style teriyaki sauce. This sauce just takes this whole stir fry to an amazing level of flavor when you eat this. I and my whole family, we love this dish. We do often eat stir fry once or twice a month, and feel free to mix up some other vegetables into this stir fry. The teriyaki in this is perfect, perfectly sweetened, beautiful. This is such a beautiful dish. I'm so excited. I hope you try this recipe. I'm going to put a link down in the description below to the full recipe on this. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss another yummy recipe. Thanks again for watching.